when taking a knee makes a stand. My heart is full of love and so much pride for the courageous act that Mr. Colin Kaepernick has taken. This is so big, something so small that made such a huge impact on waking up our collective consciousness. And I must say that it's time. The scriptures teach us that there is a time and a season for everything. And I want you to think about what season and what time is it for you. When are you gonna wake up and join a cause? What I am concerned about as this movement continues to grow, this movement of defiance, this movement of full manhood and full womanhood and full personhood, a movement of somebodyness. We must make sure that it is defined, where the goals are clear, where we have objectives, where we can know what we get when we win. It's one thing to be against something, and it's totally different to stand for something. One way that I would like to see this issue regarding the Star Spangled Banner resolved is, first of all, I've never liked the song. When I was in 8th grade, we had to listen to all of the national anthems from around the world. And between nodding off in that class, the teacher was very keen to point out, now just listen to the melody in the Star Spangled Banner. And that is when he first pointed out to me that this was a drunken sailor's song. It's not even very melodic. The words for the short term should be rewritten because they are odious and putrid. I said odious and putrid. What was on Mr. Colin Kaepernick's mind from the outset? Many of us had not read the entire song. It was a poem made into a song. So in the third stanza, let me just read a piece of it for you. It says, "Their blood has washed out their foul footsteps' pollution. No refuge could save the hireling and slave from the terror of flight, nor the gloom of the grave. And the Star-Spangled Banner in triumph doth wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave." The hireling simply means those that are meant to do menial tasks. A slave is someone that has no rights by law, that's not even viewed as an image of God or can be held as an individual or person, someone that is arbitrarily owned by another human being. Now, what Mr. Francis Scott Key was doing, and he was a former district attorney in Washington, D.C. during his time. And when the constables went for those freed blacks in Washington, D.C. in the 18-teens, he would make sure either they were robbed or they were murdered, Mr. Francis Scott Key. He was a filthy soul in God's eyes. This is the person in 1814 that wrote the song, the lyrics, that was then adopted 117 years later into our national anthem. Where are we, my brothers and sisters? We first have to unearth and clean out what was rotten and sordid in our history.